Hey, hello, my friends. Rick Billings here. Hey, I wanted to jump out here and talk to you about a couple different things, training, consistency, and repetition. So let me know as you're coming on here. Let me just see my live right here so I can see any questions that you might add. Okay, so I'll kind of monitor that if I see any questions. So let me know if you have any questions as we go along here, and let me know where you're watching from. So it's always interesting to see the people in different places that are watching your video and stuff like that. So say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Leave a comment. Anyway, you know I think that when you're in business for yourself and you're an entrepreneur, okay, training has to be an integral part of continuing to build your business, okay? So the simplest thing to do is just live by the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule applies to so many things in life, okay? And 80% of the time that you're building your business, you should be in income producing activities, taking action, connecting with people, developing relationships. And hey, Bernardo, how are you? Hey, Marilyn, how are you? So, and the other 20% of the time should be in training, okay? And I mean every day. Training could consist of motivational videos, it consists of, advancing your mindset, where you are in business, because um, if you don't, you'll stay where you're at. I forgot the quote exactly, but I think Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is, doing the same thing and expecting different results. It just is not going to happen. If you want to advance, you have to train. And to me, training is extremely important. It's so important that I put thousands and thousands of hours into developing a website for our team that we have a training platform in. Okay? These messages popping up here. Let me know where you're watching from as you jump on here. And I did that because I think people need to tap in that the business I'm in is a business about helping people with their health and wealth, right? And they need to learn that information when they need it, 24 hours a day, because our business is international. We have people all around the globe, in our business in different countries, and they need to tap into that information. But you have to train. You have to pick something and advance your knowledge in it. You got to be consistent at it. You've got to have repetition. As I been a self-employed entrepreneur for over 37 years, I've probably listened to Zig Ziglar and so many motivational tapes. I used to have cases and cases and cases. And I'm talking about cases that hold 100 cassette tapes of motivational tapes that I listened to. And then they went to CDs. And I listened to CDs. And I'd go in early in the morning. I mean, I still get up at 5:30 in the morning right now and do my business because I'm so excited. Me and my wife are traveling all around the United States in a motorhome. Right now we're in Sunrise. I have to look at things. It's hard to remember. Sunrise, Oregon, in which there's a lot of whitewater rafting around here. And we're traveling around and exploring a little bit like that, but still building my business because I have some pretty big goals in the company that we're in. Just went public, and there's a lot of exciting things going on. Okay, so when you tap into the proper training and you are consistent and you memorize things, okay, just like the process of recruiting, you can memorize that process. You can memorize lines that you can say. And once it goes from your head to your heart and you have it, you can talk to anybody. It just comes out because you have such a high belief in it, right? You believe it with every part of your being. Hey, Doug, how are you? And so, and that's done through consistency. It's done through repetition, through training. So spend 20% of your time. If you build your business, say 8 hours a day, spend an hour a day on training. Maybe you do a little bit less. Watch a YouTube video, tap into the training from your team, and do that every day consistently until it becomes part of you. Because business is about helping other people. And in order to help other people, you have to gain knowledge, right? You have to be able to pass that knowledge on. And in the beginning, you're just gonna, in most cases, you're just gonna, if you bring somebody on your team, you're just gonna let them tap into what's there. But ultimately, if you have high goals, you've got to become a leader. And leaders do what leaders do. And they help other people advance their knowledge and their skill sets so they can be successful. Because until you can teach somebody else to teach somebody else, you don't have duplication, right? The beauty of duplication, and when you're in a leverage business like I'm involved in a network marketing industry, I love the power of leverage. Back in 2001, I lost everything. I bottomed out, right? I bottomed out, but I didn't, when I bottomed out, I didn't lose my passion or desire as an entrepreneur. 80% of entrepreneurs in this world that are extremely successful, millionaires, billionaires, they failed. Because see, you got to fail your way to success. If you fail and quit, you are a true failure. But if you fail and pull your bootstraps up and get back up, and it's how you react to that failure. Come back up and build again. You can have anything you want. So just set your mind to that. But when I bottomed out, I just got back going. I started doing photography again, which is a craft I knew, but I knew that really wasn't what I wanted to do again, because the fact is it took so much work and bricks and mortar, and I had 27 employees in my studio in Omaha, Nebraska. I'd got involved in a publicly traded company in Pittsburgh and so on. You can read my story in different places on my website and stuff like that. But I wanted to use the power of residual income and the power of leverage to help teach other people, tap into a company that uses a business model that they don't pay for advertising. They let us do all the advertising. We are the marketing arm for that company. And whoever connects with the most people, whoever does the most work, whoever builds a great team and trains that team and is consistent wins. And there's no cap, period, to the income that you can make. Zero cap. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? From Portland. We were not too far from Portland. Portland, Michigan. Okay. So, but I lost my train of thought there. Sorry about that. So anyway, leverage residual income is powerful. In my opinion, there's nothing more powerful. Anybody can do it. There's no cap on it. You can make anything you want. Set a goal. Set a goal that you think is crazy. It's unattainable. Bob Proctor says, set something that you don't know how to get there. If you set a goal, you know how to get there. It's not a good goal, right? Set one that's a crazy goal, and work towards that and train. Be consistent. Make sure that 80% of your time you're doing income producing activities. Because if you don't, you're just playing. It's not going to happen. Yes, you can have tools and this and that, but you still have to put in those income producing activities on a daily basis. You don't become a trainer. Generally, you don't become a trainer until you have recruited 100 people. Mark Wilson, president of our company, I've heard him say it several times. Don't get into the management mode in your business, because everything's in place already. There are people that build six-figure incomes and don't even understand the compensation plan. Matter of fact, I heard our chairman of the board, because we're not publicly traded now, that happened a couple of weeks ago. Our chairman of the board said, until you're making $100,000 in this business, don't worry about the compensation plan. Just go find 4 people and help those 4 people find 4 people. And just keep doing that. If you keep doing that, you're going to make all kinds of money. Then you can start learning the comp plan. Okay? I've been in this business 9 years, day one, and I understand the comp plan like the back of my hand. And that's why I've been able to do so many videos, put so much training out there to my team. I think I got 950 videos on YouTube. I just love it. It's content, right? There's a little tip for you. It's content. Somebody said a long time ago, content is king. I don't think that phrase is aged at all, because the more content you have out there, the more people find you. That's why you do Facebook Lives like this. You do videos. You do maybe some blogging content on top of outreach into people and develop relationships through Messenger, through Instagram, etc. Okay? I do believe you should focus on one or two platforms before you go on to the next. Perfect those platforms because you can get too diluted. I've been there. I've done that. Okay, and it's not that fun. So anyway, I just wanted to reach out here because if I said anything today on this video that maybe just triggers something a little bit about you training, there's so much free training on YouTube. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of people that offer training in the industry at all different levels, but you need to, when you're first starting in this business of network marketing, for an example, you just have to learn a few things. You got to learn how to recruit. The recruiting process, because it's a process. You greet, you qualify, you invite them to look at something, right? And you follow up. It's not a difficult process. If you master that process alone can make you six figures because you'll learn how to talk to anybody. See, people says, oh, don't go talk to your family and friends. I see that all the time on things like that. And that's fine. People go out and they don't learn the process in the very beginning. They go start telling their family and friends everything, and their family and friends say, "Oh, that's not for me," or whatever like that. But if you know how to talk to your family and friends, which would take you a week to learn, probably to master in a week. Okay? It's kind of funny. I say that, and the thing that pops into my mind all the time is repetition. If I had to ask whoever's watching this live, if you could repeat something that maybe happened 10 or 20 years ago, a phrase that happened 10 or 20 years ago that is not in common use anymore, could you do it? If you could do that, put it in the comments. If you could repeat something that happened 10 or 20 years ago that is not commonly spoken now, a phrase, let's say, put it in the comments. And I'm talking about not just a quote, a simple little quote. I'm talking about something that's maybe a little bit more, in detail, like a jingle, for an example. How about 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun? McDonald's jingle that quit over probably 35 years ago now. See, I had a jingle in my photography business in Omaha, Nebraska. And that jingle cost me $5,000 to buy from the radio station. And I spent $5,000 on a jingle when the person that was selling it to me proved to me that it stays with people. And that's what he did. He said that 2 all beef patty special sauce, that McDonald's jingle, once people hear it and there's repetition, they hear it over and over and over and over again, it sticks in their mind. And it's same with training. If you repeat phrases over, it's proven 1,000,000 times over. You repeat something over and over and over, you'll learn it. Hey, do you leave your options open to earn an extra stream of income? I'm expanding my business in the area and I'm looking for some motivated individuals. Hey, if you could change one thing about your job, what would it be? If you could change one thing about your health, what would it be? There are 100 phrases like that. Hey, Uncle John, do you know anyone that leaves your options open to earn some extra income? There's 100 phrases that you can say in a recruiting process to be able to talk to anybody. And see, the thing about it is when you say something like that, and it's the right person, they raise their hand. Yeah, what is it? Okay? What is it? If it's not the right person, they don't. And then you stop. You stop. You don't say nothing else. And if they say, what is it? Well, if I send you a video, would you watch it? If I would you. There's a process that is successful. If I would you, you're trying to get a commitment. Sure, I'll watch it. When would you have time to watch it? I'll watch it tonight. Okay, can I call you in the morning? And then you call them in the morning and you ask one question. Again, it's a process. It's not hard to learn. What did you like best about the video you've seen? Nothing else. And you shut up. Because that question alone keeps them from lying to you. Because see, if they said, yeah, I'll watch it, I'll call you in the morning, you call and say, hey, what do you think? Well, that's not for me. And they never watch the video. No, that's not for me. I'm not interested. They never watched it. But if you say, what did you like best about the video? They got to say, well, I didn't have time to watch it, or I like this. And they watched it when they tell you, because what's in the video. Right? It's not complicated. It's a process. You learn the process. You be consistent with the process. I don't care. You look at people that have made millions and billions of dollars in this world, not just the industry. And I can tell you for the last 10, 20, 30 years, a lot of them say the same thing. Yeah, they'll twist it up just a little bit. But the message is the same because they know it works. They know it works. And that's what I'm saying. You train. You be consistent. And you do repetition until you learn it. And if you can do that, you become unstoppable. Unstoppable. I have so many things that I've learned in my mind and things that I do, and I have to keep track of stuff, and I'm still kind of a paper guy along with the technology. I have a paper calendar here. I use cards for my people that I fill out and prospect and stuff like that still that I have on my training site, because the fact is that I like to have stuff in front of me. So I have a daily method of operations that I have, and it's actually 2 pages, a lot of information on there, okay? Doesn't mean I do it all, but it triggers me to make sure I'm doing things in the social media aspect that I want to do. It triggers things I'm doing in my blogging, in my SEO, and stuff like that, because I've got to a point in my business and my career that I get probably 80% of my traffic that I get in my business is organic. And what does organic means? It comes from the search engines. I'm ranked top in the search engines. And it's taken years and years to do that. It's not a good strategy for a beginner. It's a long-term strategy, okay? But I'm in it for the long game. I never, ever get anything in and out of something. The people that get into business and quit, in my opinion, they're losers. They're absolute losers. You don't quit a business when you start it. You stay with it until you succeed. Because the only problem is you haven't done the training, right? It's a hard pill to swallow, but you haven't done the training. Because 80% of businesses out there, I would say probably 80, maybe 70%, are good business models. And ours is amazing. Anybody that's ever been in RX, our company, and hasn't won, it's because they haven't done the training. They haven't worked on themselves. They haven't taken action. It's not the business, period. I don't care from day one when we had 5 products to now that we have over 100 and we're publicly traded. And we got 18 brands eventually that will be inside our business model. And it's going to get exciting. And so I just say that because the fact is that it's about us. We're the factor. We're the differential, right? We got the same management team, the same comp plan. Why are some people in RX making over $2 million a year? $2 million a year. Why are they doing that? They have the same products that we have. Same management team, same comp plan, same R&D, same shipping, all of it. It's us. It's us. Wake up. It's us. Surround yourself by 5 people that you want to be like. Get around those people. Sometimes you're limited with who your sponsor is, but convince them they need to be around those also. Because when you do, you can build any income you want. Any income. It's unlimited. Anyway, I'm gonna quit now because I could go on for hours, really. I'm just so passionate about business. I love it. I love it. There's nothing better than being self-employed. Been self-employed for almost 37 years now. Nobody's told me what to do. I've made all the decisions, and today I still get up early and build this business because I love it. I love it. It's amazing. I have some big goals, really big goals, and I want to help a lot of people. So if you're watching this as a guest and you're not in our company and you like to work with me, reach out to me. Let's just talk. Doesn't mean you're joining. Let's just talk and see where you're at and see if maybe I could help you. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, share it with somebody else, leave your comments below, and we will talk to you on another Facebook Live. Thanks a lot.